Now, that was Marco Pierre White, the world-renowned chef, explaining how to make a top restaurant. If your thing is not food, your thing might be travel, tourism. Those two things are one of the world's fastest growing markets, with bookings hitting close to $1.6 trillion last year alone. And one of the biggest trends is solo travel. According to ABTA, the UK Travel Trade Association, 1 in 9 holidaymakers go on their own. So why are so many of us choosing to travel solo? I'm joined now by Radha Vyas, co-founder and chief executive of Flashpack. Now, you organise group trips for single people, don't you? Explain to me what you do.
Yeah, that's right. We connect like-minded solo travellers in their 30s and 40s to go on stylish, authentic and dynamic itineraries together around the world. They're all adventure holidays.
So we're not talking about, really basic budget backpacking. What are we talking about here, though?
No, we're talking about adventure, but with a boutique hotel at the end of the day. So it's stylish, but also really dynamic.
What made you come up with this idea?
Well, I was single in my 30s and looking for a holiday, and all my friends were busy with their respective careers or settling down. And a friend suggested I go on a group tour, and it's not a concept I'd ever heard before. To be honest, I thought it was for older people, for the retired market, but I was really intrigued by this concept of travelling with strangers. So I started looking at it and just saw this huge gap in the market. The group tour companies were very much focusing on budget backpackers, or the luxury tours were focusing on the retiree market, and no one's talking to this huge niche of people in their 30s and 40s who are all solo travellers who want to go on dynamic adventure holidays, and I saw a big opportunity.
And you started the company with your husband. Talk me through how that happened, because it's an interesting story there.
Yeah, he was an intrepid photojournalist, travelled the world, and I accidentally pitched the idea on our first date, and he immediately saw the opportunity in this market.
So you pitched it on your first date. So your first date, you came up with a business idea, and now it's a multi-million-pound company.
Yeah, absolutely. He saw the opportunity, luckily, and we went all in.
So talk me through what are the best destinations for solo travellers these days. Where does everyone want to go to?
Well, Asia's top. Everybody wants to go to Asia. It'll always be popular. Sri Lanka, Vietnam, Cambodia, Bali. But really interestingly, Jordan's an emerging destination for us. Morocco is very interesting.
Jordan's beautiful. Morocco I've been to, it's wonderful.
And now I'm really glad to say Egypt's making a comeback after some kind of tough times. People are wanting to travel. Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous and it's a great time to go.
What worries some people about solo travel is the cost, because obviously, hotels need to make their costs up. Often it's very expensive. How do you mitigate that?
Yeah, well, it is expensive to travel solo. It also takes a lot of time and effort to organise a solo trip. So if you travel with us, we pair you up with somebody who's very like-minded. We send you a questionnaire to make sure if you're an early riser or late to bed, and we pair you up with somebody that you'd be happy to share with. And you can share the cost of sharing a room together. And also the costs of travelling together are spread amongst the group.
So what's the difference in what they want or need from holidays between a single person going in a group or a couple going in a group?
Yes, 90% of our customers are all solo travellers, so we don't accept many couples or groups of friends.
No, I mean, what do solo travellers want from their holidays that differs from people who may go to a different company?
Well, we find that solo travellers really want adventure. They want to explore a country. They want to also meet like-minded people. A shared travel experience is so much more enjoyable. Just like going to a restaurant and sharing it with friends is much more enjoyable than eating on your own. And so solo travellers have the chance to meet like-minded people at the same life stage if they travel with us.
Will there ever be a time, do you think, that hotels stop penalising single people? Because that is a real bugbear of many of my single friends who go travelling, that they want to go travelling on their own, but they just, it's just too expensive.
It is, and it probably does feel a bit like discrimination, but hotels need to make a margin, and if you're renting a room on Airbnb, you wouldn't expect to charge half the price. So unfortunately, I don't think single supplement's going anywhere.
And very briefly, where's your favourite destination in the world?
My favourite destination has to be Peru.
Wow, okay, amazing. Thank you, Radha. So good to speak to you, Radha Vyas there. Now, a quick look at what the markets are doing. We flashed the opening bell for you, so it's only fair that we let you know what exactly US stock markets are doing. And they've opened lower, unsurprisingly, following the lead of Europe and the rest of the world. A slide in Apple's share price after weak forecasts from two of its suppliers. And, of course, those losses from tobacco companies that Samira was talking about. That's it from me here on Talking Business. I'm back tomorrow. Do stay with us here on BBC World News. Bye-bye.